Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, and today I am doing my top 10 cherry type tomatoes for 2023. So this year I did grow quite a lot of cherry varieties. This is strictly going to be indeterminate or dwarf, not micro or mini dwarf. I may do a separate video for those, although I don't know if I tasted enough for, we'll see. I'll have to take a look at, my notes and stuff. Favorite cherries. I did grow quite a lot. There was a whole bunch at Materville. There was a whole bunch here in my garden. And I have to say, this was the first year that I grew quite a few hybrids that have been really hyped up. I grew like Sun Peach. I grew honeycomb hybrid, and I gotta tell you, none of the hybrids made the list. Although they grew well, they just, I don't know, there wasn't anything special about the flavors of them, but I did taste some really amazing ones this year. Okay, so we'll just get started. So number one is mini Kamado. My mini Kamado was like oval shaped, and when I looked these up on the internet, I did see where some were round and not shaped like mine, but then there were some that were shaped like mine. So I guess they can come in different shapes, but I like the shape of mine. It was a dark colored, and I think that you can find these at the grocery store. Like you can get a little container and it says mini Kamado. I think it's probably the same fruit, but these were super, super fruity. Really, really good. It was an extremely productive plant, produced all the way up to the end of frost. The fruits didn't crack. I liked the skin, and the skin wasn't tough. Like the texture of the skin was actually really good. So I really like this one.
Smells like
nice.
It's got a nice tomato flavor smell.
Oh, it's like a.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's super sweet.
That is a weird one. That is just like a fruit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I like the consistency, like the texture of it.
That one's good. I like it. It's really
Yeah.
sweet.
That's a good cherry tomato.
Number two is going to be ice white. I think I only grew a couple of white cherries, and they both made the list. So ice white was a round, like pale white. It got a little bit yellower in color the more it ripened, but like on the smaller side, kind of cherry. Lots of goo. Another one that was super sweet. I like my cherries kind of sweet. This one reminded me of white currant, which I grew in 2022, and it was a very small tomato, so you had to pick like a lot to get like a mouthful of them, but I would pick a bunch and put them in my pocket while I was walking around the garden. They were so delicious, and this ice white reminded me of that one, except in a bigger form. So while the novelty of currants is fun, because I did have a little patch of white currants that's self-seeded and just grew me a ton of white currants. Again, there's still, you have to pick more to get the same amount. So if I had to choose, I'd probably grow ice white just because it was a bigger cherry. But the flavor of it and everything was really good and comparable. It's tomatoey.
Ready? Not at the same time. That's too difficult.
Oh, okay.
Ready? Here it goes. It's horrible.
You hit me in my cheek.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to get it. I'm not disappointed.
You were close.
All right, let me get
Close
one.
though.
Ooh. That's very sweet.
I like
That's
those.
super sweet.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, this reminds me of white currant. Really, really good. My next one's going to be banana Nezno. So banana Nezno is a larger size cherry. I wouldn't say it's quite saladette size, but some of them could get that way if there was like a fused blossom. Beautiful coloring. Probably one of the most prettiest cherries I grew. It wasn't bred by my friend Lauren, but it was like a hybrid that she stabilized, or an accidental cross, whatever you want to call it, that she stabilized over the last few years, and she started to give away seeds for it. Exceptional flavor. It is a yummy tomato. Her and I kind of have the same kind of, I don't know, tastes in tomatoes, I would say, as far as like green ones. And this one was just gorgeous. It's like green with like pink running through it. Lots of goo, sweet and juicy. And she describes it as like a small and a Nezno wire. So a small like black pineapple, that one there.
Let me smell it.
Ooh, it's got a fruity scent.
Yeah.
Different.
It's not strong.
Mmm.
Real sweet.
Yeah, so sweet. Mm-hmm. That lives up to the hype. Oh, thank you, Lauren.
I think it's like a sweet earthiness.
Yeah, it's good. There's a good amount of goo. So if you like the goo, that's a good one. And Lauren does like her goo.
Very juicy.
I'm hoping that now that the plant has taken off, I'll get a whole bunch more. I like it. I'm so happy. At first, I was just like, oh my gosh. Am I not going to... Everybody's sharing on Facebook and on the tomato seed swapping collective group, TLC. They're sharing their pictures of finally getting to try and banana Nezno wire. And I'm like, oh, am I going to even get to? I did. Yay.
We did. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing your seeds with me. Number 5 is going to be the Grinch Cherry. Now, don't be mistaken. There is the Grinch Dwarf, like slicer, which I will be growing this year in my garden, but this is the Grinch Cherry. And my Grinch cherries were pretty small. I grew this one. I only had one and it was growing in a grow bag. It did okay. I think it would have done better had I put it in the ground. I really, really liked it, so I may end up growing it again. Probably not this next year or the year after, because I have so many I need to try and grow. But it's like a very small green, really pretty looking cherry, on the smaller side of cherries. And it was I looked this one up, it's a cross by Keith Muller. This one was sweet and tart, kind of packed a punch. And this is one that I kind of fell in love with pretty quickly because it was one of the first ones to ripen for me. And so it was one of my first taste tests. And just, you know, that beginning of the season, those first few tomatoes that you get to taste, you just like, you love them all. But this one stayed true. I enjoyed it through the entire season until the plant died. And I don't water my garden that much. And so it being in a pot, it lasted pretty good. It kept trying to come back. You know how tomatoes are. You can really destroy them, neglect them, and they still keep trying. And the Grinch was one of those. The Grinch Cherry. Ooh. Oh wow. Boy, that's got quite the flavor. Oh wow. It's like, that's really good. It's got a good sweetness to it at the very beginning. And then at the end, it's tart. I like that one a lot. Yeah. So that's the Grinch. I sat here and ate all 4 that I had. That one's good. I like the Grinch. Number 5 is going to be Green Doctors. Another one that I really like. Now this one was different than the Grinch. It was like a very pale green. I mean, it looked like a green grape, literally, like grapes that you get at a store, a green grape. Maybe slightly smaller. It had a little bit of an oval shape to it, but not much. This one was very, very productive at the very beginning of the season and then kind of tapered out a little bit. Very juicy, very sweet. Just one of the cherries that I always gravitated towards. I really liked it. It's very juicy. Okay, everybody grab your pieces.
It looks like a snot nose. It
drop
looks like
stacked.
a snotty nose.
It does. It looks like it's got a lot of gel. There's not a whole lot of flesh in it. It's just a big...
really
I have a hard time tasting because I got hit with that big wave.
Whoa! That is super sweet.
Was it?
That's flavor C,
That's
I'd
like-
say.
That's like candy.
Super sweet.
No.
It's sweeter than the other.
You did?
I thought it maybe tasted like nothing in my mouth.
That's very sweet. You want to try
Can I
again?
get another taste?
What else that was
Did you
stupid?
not cleanse your palate in between?
This one was sweeter than the first one I had.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very sweet. Number 6 is going to be chocolate sprinkles. I was so excited to grow this one. One, because of the name. Chocolate sprinkles. Who doesn't want to grow that? And then when you look at it, in pictures. It looks exactly like the one I grew, looks exactly like the pictures. It's like this darker brownie color, chocolate colored, and it's got like red and green striping. It's really pretty tomato. It's another one that's kind of slightly oval shaped. My most productive cherry. I mean, this thing was sprawling all over the other tomatoes that it was nearby. I couldn't possibly pick them all. It was, and there'd be trusses with like 20 of them on that. I don't know if it's considered multiflora, but it was crazy productive. I knew every time I went to Materville, because that's where Chocolate Sprinkles was at, I had one Chocolate Sprinkles, and it was just constantly producing so many tomatoes for me. Very productive. As far as taste, it was more of a, I don't want to say crunchy, but it had like a little pop to it when you bit into it, and it was tart. This one again had lots of goo and very, very sweet. It was a really good one. Well, it's on my top 10, so it'll probably be one that I grow again at some point.
This is very, got a lot of gel filled with seeds. I don't know if you already said that.
It's crunchy.
Very crunchy.
Almost sweet, but weird.
Tastes fine to me. I'm gonna slurp all that off.
What?
That one is sweet.
You gonna just
Yeah.
waste that?
It's sweet and crunchy, and I like it. Number 7 is Moonbeam. This one was kind of a fun shape. It sort of resembled the shape of Kamado, mini Kamado, but it was a pale white yellow. This one had a bit of a thicker skin, but that didn't take away from how much I liked it. This one was pretty acidic, and it really had like a burst in your mouth flavor. I really like this one.
Yeah, got a more pungent smell than monkey ass.
You think?
Ooh, ooh. That's tart.
That is tart. I like it though.
I'm gonna put the other one in there. See if it has the same effect.
I like the tartness, but the
It's tart.
skin's a little much, I think. Kind of chewy, but
A little bit.
it's not like overpowering.
Got a powerful flavor, I will say that.
It is strong, yes.
And it's one of the cherry that'll like, it bursts in your mouth, and it's not like, it's good amount of, I would say, meat to seeds. Like.
Number 9 is going to be Martian Gel. So there's this whole series, it's called the Martian series. In this series, Martian Gel, like it's called, I guess Martian Gel is like a fairy tale series of tomatoes. There's several that I'm going to grow this year. Let me run them down. Martian Elf, Martian Zauber, Martian Granat, Martian Monster, Martian Frucht, Martian Glance, and Martian Gold. There's probably more, and I hope to collect them sometime this winter. If I missed any, can you put in the comments down below what I missed, because I want to have like a Martian row. But the one that I did grow that I fell in love with, so I grew Martian Gel and Martian Fee this year. Martian Fee was good. Didn't make my top 10 though, but Martian Gel did. And I had forgotten that I grew 2 of them. At the beginning of the season, when this one started to ripen and it was white with like this bluey purple antho on it, I was like, oh no, I got like a cross of the Martian Fee, because Martian Fee had already started to produce. Martian Gel was kind of crowded. I only had one plant, and it was kind of crowded. As crazy, beautiful, and all the foliage that my plants were growing, I feel like I just need to have things spaced a little bit more. But this one did okay. So the Martian series is developed by Cleverhof Seeds in Germany, and it's, like I said, it's part of their fairy tale line. It's like white pear-shaped, like I said, and it has like this bluey purple antho. Wherever the sun hits, it gets, so where some of them had like a lot of sun hitting them, they were really dark with the blue purple, and then there was others that just had like this little glistening of purple. It was really pretty to put like a whole bunch of different colored ones in your hand. Had lots of goo. It's super good flavor, really good flavor. Side story, I had picked a few and put them in the box with my onions months ago, and I just processed my onions probably, I would say, 2.5, 3 months after I picked them. I processed them, and I had forgotten I had put those Martian Gel tomatoes in that box. Is there some sort of like onion stops ripening type tomato thing that happens? Because they were still good. They hadn't rotted. I'm kidding you not. They had to be in there at least 6 weeks down in my basement. And I ate one and it was good. Just as good as it was before. The others I saved seeds from, and then I checked for germination with them, and they were viable. So it was just like a weird thing, and I'm thinking I might experiment with that next year.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop the whole one in here that's got a bunch of anthocyanin. It's very purpley.
It's very purpley.
Okay. Ooh. That's fun. I would say it's a milder flavor, but it's a fruity mild.
Good, I like that.
Yeah, that one's fun. I'm gonna do
Sweet.
one whole one here. And it's got a cute little point, just like the Martian Fee one does. A little doodad point. Super cute.
I like that.
It's like a fruity mild, but it's good. These never crack.
Number 9 is creamsicle grape. So this is a Fred Hempel variety. The late Fred Hempel created this one, and there's no words. Fred Hempel, he knows how to create he knew how to create tomatoes. This one was, I know it had grape in the name, but it straight up tasted like a grape. Like, it did not have like tomato flavor at all. It tasted like a grape. And it was really pretty. It was like this pale light orange, again, like pear shaped. It was just a gorgeous tomato, crack resistant, very healthy plant, very productive. I couldn't say anything negative about this one. And the inside, it looks like the outside, really pretty pale, pretty orange. I bet these would be insane dried. I didn't do that, but I bet they would be absolutely amazing if you were to dry those. It sort of has the same size and shape as the tomato blush, which is another one of his varieties. It was incredible. I could not believe that it tasted nothing like a tomato. It was really, really good. I really liked creamsicle grape. And tomato sandwich. Wow. That's really interesting. It's not mushy at all. It's got a nice bite to it. That's weird. Not weird bad. But it tastes like a grape. It really does. Very fruity flavoring. Interesting. I like it. It's good. It's it's not tomatoey, like hardly at all. I don't like barely get any kind of like tomato flavor from it. It really does taste like fruit. Very last one, number 10, is going to be green bumblebee. This plant was, again, crazy productive. I would say it could be head to head with mini Kamado. It's a larger cherry, not quite saladette, but a big cherry. Slightly over, oh my gosh, these were just incredibly beautiful tomatoes. I loved them. I love the taste. It's like a green with green pink stripes. No cracking. Even after heavy rains, they still didn't have any cracking. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of rain, so as far as being able to tell you like tomatoes that cracked, there were some, but it would be after like a really heavy rain. This was not one of them. It still did not crack, and the skin wasn't like super tough. Mutation from purple bumblebee, which was founded by Tatiana Kucher. I'll put her name down below. I don't want to butcher her last name. In 2013. So green bumblebee's been around since 2013. I really like green bumblebee. Green beanie, like.
Yeah. So.
That's good. That's different than the Boss Blue,
good,
but it's
it's
good.
different. It's not as not as sweet, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
No, I actually think it is.
it's sweet, but it's like, well, it's sweet, but it's
I think it's more sweet, less acidic. The consistency of both of them is the same. The amount of gel and seeds and meat is pretty much the same as the Bosque Blue Bumblebee. I
Yeah.
like that one better than Bosque.
I don't know. That one's more like, the first one was more fruity to me. Like a,
See, I think Green Bumblebee was.
you think that was more
I
fruity
think
than the other
I
one?
have more volatility in my mouth than you.
You're about to.
Okay. I'm so hungry. I want to eat another one of those Green Bumblebees like right now. You know what? I think I will.
No, you have to do a taste. I'm gonna have to do a taste off at the end.
Mmm. Mmm. I gotta
That
tell
one's
you.
your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try this eyeball one. Oh,
it's
that
so
one
good.
tastes different. What's like?
This is like honestly, it feels like a peach, like a tiny peach I put in my mouth. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
I think you're crazy.
I don't know.
Why are you swinging that knife around? What the heck? Yeah, I'm right. I'm always
Hold on.
right.
Hold on.
I'm always right. I'm right. Okay.
So there you have it, guys. My top 10 cherries, suggestions for maybe for you to grow. I know I really enjoy when y'all comment and tell me that you're grateful for these videos, because if you have a smaller space, it helps you to pick which ones to actually put into your garden in the coming year. I'm planning on taste testing and putting, I don't know, 400, 500. Like I said, I'm going to expand Materville. So I am trying to do more than I did last year. Here's hoping. I don't know. Got a little crazy last year, but I feel like I've kind of gotten in the groove of what I want to do, how I want to play things out. But there will be some upcoming videos. I believe I'm doing top 25 that I'm excited about. I might actually do that monthly because there's a lot that I'm excited about, but I do hope to do one of those videos soon. Another video that's coming up is my giants, all the giant tomatoes that I'm growing. I'm about to record that one, so stay tuned. There's lots of tomato content coming, and until the next one, I hope you guys enjoy your day. Bye, guys.